Hey guys, Dr. Mike Frazier here from Strong Men, Strong Marriages. Today we got 3 tips to rebuild trust in your marriage. So my name is Mike Frazier, MD. I'm a psychiatrist and marriage coach. I help high-achieving Christian men have more intimate marriages. So yeah, when you break trust, whether that's through pornography, an affair, or just kind of saying you're going to follow through on stuff and don't over time, it breaks trust. And trust is one of the 3 pillars for a passionate marriage, those being trust, communication, and intimacy. So here's 3 tips to start building trust right away. So tip number 1 is list out your commitments. So just write out everything you've committed to do for yourself, for your wife, for your kids, for church. There's going to be a lot of them. And especially you want to look at ones where, man, yeah, I said that a long time ago, and then, it's still kind of hanging, right? It's still hanging over me. Oh yeah, I said I'd fix the water heater. Oh yeah, I said I would, fix the drapes, whatever. All these things you've promised. So write them all out. Okay. So you might think tip 2 is going to be go do all of them, but it's not. Tip 2 is actually drop most of them. So get rid of pretty much all of them except 1 to 3. And then just go tell everybody, apologize to everybody, including yourself. Say, hey, myself, I said I'd do that diet and I didn't. I'm actually not going to do that right now. Or tell your wife, hey, I told you I'd fix all these things. I'm not going to. Okay. I can either hire somebody else or just that's not going to happen for a while. I'm sorry, I said I would. I'm not going to do it. Okay, to your kids, hey, I know I said I would do this and this. I'm sorry, I can't follow through on that. Now, it feels kind of bad to let people down, but the truth is it's going to be a big relief for them and for you, because they'll be like, yeah, no kidding, you can't do all that. We already knew we couldn't really trust you to follow through on these. You say yes too much. So when you start saying no, it actually starts building trust back, and it builds trust in yourself. So again, tip number 1, list all your commitments. Tip 2, drop most of them, apologize to people for them. And tip 3 is you choose 1 to 3 and you follow through on those. Your 1 to 3 most important commitments that you're going to do, and you follow through. For guys in my program, one of the commitments is to do the program. It's about 15 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, 15, 20 minutes in the evening. Just committing to do that can be one big commitment they have. And when they do that, it tends to trickle out to everything else. But maybe you say that, and then you're like, okay, I can do those drapes. I'm going to get that done this week. And then for your kids, maybe it's like, okay, I'm going to make sure I get to that baseball game this week. Okay. So those are your 3. And then you just say no to everything else. If church is like, hey, can you do this week? No. Hey, your wife, hey, can you fix that? No. Right. So you just start saying no. You're like, sorry, I've got these 3 big things I'm getting done. I'm not taking anything else on until I get those done. Okay. So this is how you start rebuilding trust. Again, tip number 1, list all your commitments out. Tip 2, drop most of them. Tip 3, commit to 1 to 3 things and follow through on those. What happens is you start building great self-confidence, which is self-trust, which is trusting yourself to do what you say you'll do. And then other people also start trusting you more, that when you say yes, you mean yes. And also when you say no, you mean no. And that is what will build trust. So if you want to restore trust, whether you've had a big break in trust or a smaller one, come join us in Strong Men, Strong Marriages. Visit strongmenstrongmarriages.com or click the link in the show notes and fill out an application, and we'll get back to you with your best next steps. All right, men, stay strong, and we will see you next episode.